fun. Like we've been doing. I hope that was fun.
It's always good.
That's good.
We're going.
Folks, here comes the intro.
Welcome to the Biz4Good Show with your hosts Bobby Glenn James and Ryan Pilkington. The Biz4Good podcast is a fun and adventurous series that dives into the world of business, nonprofit, and startups, making a difference in the world for good. Get ready for another episode. Hey, cue that sick intro.
Introducing Bobby Glenn James and Ryan Pilkington. Biz4Good.
Welcome to the Biz4Good Show. I am your host, Bobby Glenn James, along with the Ryan Pilkington. Welcome to the show. And as we have decided, I am no longer introducing the guests, folks. So I'm going to leave that to Ryan. Ryan, please introduce our amazing guests today. Of course, we have amazing guests because that's all we have on the show are amazing guests.
Thank you, Bobby. Well, we're at episode 29 of the Biz4Good Show.
29. That's a good number.
It's a great number.
We're doing episode 29, The Wild West of Small Business.
I like that title.
With Greg and Ben. Greg and Ben of Mazuma.
Mazuma USA.com. Mazuma USA.com. Your small business accounting needs. Am I getting close so far?
You're doing great. Yeah,
Okay.
Bookkeeping, accounting.
Accounting. It's going to be exciting today. I know you people are thinking, oh no, accounting. This is going to be so boring. You're wrong. These gentlemen are powerhouses, exciting and fun, and we're going to, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, Ryan. Calm me down.
Okay, you've had too much Mountain Dew, I don't know. All right.
And a monster. No, I'm just saying.
And a monster. Oh,
No,
great. We're in for it, folks. All right, we want to thank Mazuma for being here, and they actually are one of our sponsors, so I'm just going to turn it over to myself to talk about that. I'd like to introduce the biggest thing to happen to the accounting industry since 1495.
What?
It's Mazuma
1495, the date?
That's correct.
That's correct.
History.
Ooh, in history.
In history. It's Mazuma Bookkeeping and Taxes, and if you own a small business, it's about to change everything. Mazuma was established to focus solely on you, the small business owner. Here's how it works. Step 1, send your statements and documents to Mazuma. That's it. So step 1, right? And then they do all the bookkeeping for you and will even file your taxes with optimal returns. Here's the best part. You only pay $75 a month for accounting for your own accounting department. You can trust Mazuma. Call now and set up a free consultation. You can call 1-866-575-9100. That's 866-575-9100. And you can visit them at MAZUMAUSA.com. Be compliant, be organized, and save on taxes. Mazuma, changing everything about running a small business.
Oh, man, I'm so excited to talk to you guys today. This is going to be awesome. What else do we got, Ryan?
We have the B4G Studio News.
B4G Studio News.
This is our part. We just like to thank our listeners for joining us for the ride for the B4Good experience.
All of those things.
It's an experiment and it's an experience.
Exactly.
We've just hit into India. Man, I cannot talk today.
India?
In India.
And Indiana and India.
And we're
hit
still
them both.
trying to get New Mexico.
Very good. Man, people, if you know anybody...
We got to have somebody in New Mexico.
Yeah,
that we
there's...
can
I
talk
mean,
to.
I know people in New Mexico.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
Albuquerque.
going on.
I mean, there's a lot of people in Albuquerque. Somebody's got to run a business there.
All right, and then we want to definitely bring great value to the show, so we're working on that constantly, trying to give you great feedback, great opportunities to learn and grow in content and all that good stuff. You know, and catch us on all our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram accounts. All right, so we're going to go into the segments, Bobby.
Into the segments, and once again, our Very good. Very good. and once again, our guests have been gracious enough to say, yeah, sure, we'll do segments with you. We should just say, you know what, our guests are doing segments and not give them a choice not to, because nobody turns us down. So thank you, gentlemen, for taking this on.
Oh, thanks for having us.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah, so the first one is Biz Hack. I've been doing these hacks for the last few episodes, so just thought it was cool. I found one, but we're going to turn it into an accounting one. The actual title's for creative, how to grow creative business in 15 minutes a day. We're going to just go over these 5 hacks.
And you know what? Creative, I still believe
Every,
you got to be creative.
every business has a creative side.
Absolutely.
That's right. You can't
There
start
we
a
go.
business
Yeah.
without being creative.
So it's applicable regardless of your business.
And sometimes accounting can be pretty creative.
You've never heard of creative accounting? I tell you.
It just lands you somewhere else than other creatives land.
Yeah, well,
How
that's
creative
true.
you get.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're not going to go there. But,
Yeah.
all right, let's go with the first hack.
The first one is start with a brainstorming session.
It seems pretty straightforward.
Any thoughts on that?
What do you guys think?
You know, it's true that you want to break out of your box on occasion. You got to just take the borders off and let your mind run wild a little bit with your business, so that you're not just doing the same thing over and over and forgetting about the potential of what you started to accomplish.
And why you
Right.
started it.
Yeah, and why you started. Get back to why you started. What excited you when you started the business? Brainstorm about the big ideas and the vision that you had at the beginning. I think that's really important to keep the business
So
going
true.
forward.
Sometimes people get caught up in the minutia and the day-to-day, and they forget about the dream and the passion of why they created this, and they just need to step back and let's play around in the dream world.
Right.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Well, there's also other ways to do that. You know, a lot of times if you're brainstorming and you're just on a single piece of paper, I mean, it's a small thing, but you feel limited even by that. A lot of times we like to get to go to a whiteboard or a wall or something, and you can just start to lay out anything and everything that you wanted to do. And then from there you can start to pare it down. But just leave things wide open and always be brainstorming and thinking about what it is you want to do and what you want to accomplish.
Absolutely. That's a good one.
Awesome.
That's a good one. At first, I'm thinking, brainstorm, pretty simple. But when you look at it in the light of let's get excited about my business again
Yeah.
and see what kind of fun, creative things we can create. Awesome.
Number 2, prioritize your activities. Boom.
And that's where the brainstorming actually becomes
Gets put into
work,
action.
gets put into action.
Some work.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can get lost, right, in just talking about ambiguous things that are too big to really accomplish right now, today. So think about the steps it will take to get there. Say what's most important. Let's focus on making sure we get that most important thing done.
So true. We in entrepreneur groups and stuff, we talk about all the time that we get all these tools and we're given and we talk about all these tools and there are all these things that are going to make you successful, but nobody does anything. And it's like, well, you know, it's cool. You can pay $10,000 to go to a class, and if you don't use anything that's in the class, it was worthless.
Yeah, it's the same with software. I mean, you could buy software and it sits on the shelf or sits on your computer. If you never use it, it's just a waste, you know? So, yeah, you got to start doing something.
Absolutely. And if you're not a doer, I'm going to put a plug in for you, gentlemen. If you're not a doer, then you hire somebody to do stuff for you.
Yeah.
Recognize what you're good at.
Exactly. Exactly.
Awesome. Number 3 is set actionable monthly goals.
This goes right back to taking action.
Right.
Nothing
Yeah.
gets done. And if you don't set goals, then it's just a wish. It's just a thought.
Right. And you gotta, the reason you set goals or any of that is to measure progress. Right.
Metrics. I know accounting guys.
Yeah, so you got to have some metrics. You got to see, are you making progress on that? And also, you got to be able to see, do I need to adjust? Do I need to change what I'm doing? Is it working? If you're not measuring that, and
You don't know if it's
you have
working.
no idea.
Oh, man, this is gold. This
And
is
then
good stuff.
you don't know where you came from either. We used to set goals to spend $1,000 on marketing per month. And now we're spending tens of thousands of dollars on marketing per month. So it's like these goals allow you to see your progress
Right.
over a long period of time.
Measurable goals.
Absolutely. So you can look back and see what you've done or what you've not done, because that
Right.
says a lot too.
That-
Is that where you were
Yeah,
going?
no, but that's a great point. I mean, if you don't know what you've done in the past, again, if you don't know what you're doing,
Yeah, and if things
You're
aren't
never gonna make
working
any-
the way you thought they were, that's feedback.
Right.
That's feedback to you
Exactly.
to do something different.
Yep.
And it's
Awesome.
kind of funny to think you don't know what you're doing, but I've had days where I've gone weeks and I think I'm accomplishing something, but I'm really not because I'm not focused. I'm not
Spinning.
mentally engaged.
Yeah. Or
I'm just
you're
going through the
juggling all
motions.
these things and
Yeah.
nothing is happening.
Yeah.
And you don't realize it unless you've got dates for those goals. You got
Right.
Yeah, it's so true. Well, that's actually, this stuff is pretty good, Ryan.
See? Yeah.
Okay.
I do try. No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
you don't. I do, Ryan. You don't
I do.
try. You do.
I do.
Yoda.
We got to pull
there
some
is
Star
no
Wars
try.
in here.
I just bought a new watch. So
Yeah, see, you put a Darth Vader watch on, and
No,
that's your problem. You needed to find Yoda.
I can find Yoda.
That's
Number
a thing,
four
just
is
like Waldo.
Number 4 is outline a plan of small tasks that you can take every single day.
So I want to know, what's the difference between that and goals?
Well, I would say the thing is when it's almost like an incremental goal. You know, you've
got a goal here,
You've
but you
got
got-
a goal, but you've got to have a plan to get to that goal and to accomplish that goal.
Small tasks.
And it's things that you can take on. Your goal may look like, go back to the elephant and taking the bite out of the elephant every day. You know, it's just, this is what we're going to do. This is where we're going to be. But today I'm going to do this. And tomorrow I'm going to do that. And then eventually I'm going to get there. And so I think there's, and making it a priority, putting it on your calendar, making sure that it gets done and taking care of it.
Because that's what big goals are made of. They're made of little tasks
that
are
you do every
accomplished
day.
every day that build up to something big. Small things eventually roll into the big things.
Yeah, you don't get to the treasure usually without a treasure map that tells you to take 5 steps this way, take 10 steps that way, go past the mountain that shows the skull on it. I mean, those are all small
Necessary.
actions.
Yep.
Yeah, to get to it. If you just walked on the island and it says, here's the treasure somewhere, how long is that going to take to find?
Right, yeah. You just
Maybe
want
never.
Just want a big treasure. That's all I know.
Exactly.
Well, how are you going to get it? Well, I don't know, but it's going to be good.
Exactly. This is good stuff. What's
Cool.
the next one?
And the last one is choose a specific time of the day for when you'll work on the business tasks.
This goes a lot back to what Ben was saying earlier on having getting yourself out of the business and spending some time to just dream and, to think about why you're doing it. You do that every day as well, because you get caught up and the next thing you know, it's the end of the day and all you've been doing is
Answering emails.
all day long,
Oh,
and you got to say, no, if I'm going to do this, I got to set this time aside and I got to be specific about it and make sure that it actually, it all rolls together. Prioritizing it, make sure it happens.
That's where it goes back to, I think, too, that you really can't do everything by yourself.
Right.
No truly successful business is a single person.
Right.
I mean, there are solopreneurs out there that do some stuff, but at a certain point, to grow and to move forward, you can't do it alone. And that's
Right.
where you hire folks that are good at what they do, and you're not, so you can focus on the powerful stuff of the creation of your business and your dreams and your goals to make it something great.
Yeah, you got to
Absolutely.
have somebody leading the vision, right? And if you're tied up doing emails all day, you're not leading a vision at all.
Absolutely.
You're just trying to
We
take care
talk
of it.
about all the time working on your business instead of in it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we spend so much time in it that we lose out on creating something much better because we're just trying to keep it afloat. And it's truly not very enjoyable. either. I've been there and done that, and it is not fun.
That's not why you started it, right?
Exactly. Freedom? Well, when you're working 80 hours a week just trying to keep things afloat, there is no freedom.
Yeah.
How many hats am I going to put on today?
Exactly. Not good.
All right, thank you
Awesome.
guys. That was awesome.
Thanks. That was
See?
These guys are good. They know what they're talking about.
That's
People
right.
listen to these guys.
Do it. Do it now. All right, we're going to turn this into now the good news part of the segment. And I have kind of a interesting, fun story. Not really fun, but
It's not fun?
I saw a commercial
It's
and
sad,
and
isn't it? You're
no,
gonna go sad
it's
on
not.
us, aren't
No,
you?
it's good.
Oh,
it's
okay, good.
No
Okay.
sad. No sad.
Okay.
I saw a commercial and it was for some nuts. It's called Graze. If you're familiar with Graze.com.
For crazy people?
Graze, like you
Nuts?
eat. Yeah.
Crazy
Graze.
people?
No,
Okay.
they could be crazy. I don't know.
No, you're
And
talking
nutty.
things you eat that like squirrels like.
Yeah.
Okay, I got
But
you.
I went, and they have a lot of cool little snacks, and they bring you monthly snacks.
Bunches of different kinds of nuts.
Yeah, you get, like I had cashews with like
Did you say it's a delivery service?
Yeah,
They
they
deliver
do.
them to you?
Yeah, they do it monthly. They give you little snack boxes.
Did you get it?
Yeah, you get a free one if you go there. And anyways, we'll talk about that later, maybe another time.
Okay.
But the point is I went on their website to check things out and do the order, and I found out Biz4Good was living and breathing
Right there.
right there.
It's amazing. We talk about it all the time. If you really want to move forward, when you have a focus of doing good in the world, you get more clients, you get more revenue. I mean, it's interesting that not very many people are talking about the good you can do is how you can grow your business.
Yeah, and that's kind of our philosophy here, and we want to spotlight that anytime we can. So I found this on what Graze, Graze, is doing is they're helping farming in rural Uganda. So at Graze, they teach the community how to grow, maintain, and then harvest fruit from their own orchards. But the most amazing part is they help the school, and that provides the graduates with sustainable source of income.
Wow, that's awesome.
So
You know,
each
it's one
student
thing
is-
to go feed starving people. It's a totally different thing to teach them how to farm and teach them how to get educated. I mean, that's powerful stuff. I mean, we feel sad and we want to feed somebody, and that doesn't do much.
Right.
But when you're actually that's awesome because
Yeah.
that's
Teach them a skill,
yeah.
provide them with tools to be successful. That's cool.
Awesome. Yeah, each student is given the means to grow food for themselves, their families, and sell at local markets.
Wow.
So check it out.
Yeah, it'll be on Facebook, right?
Yep, it's on Facebook.
Facebook. It's on. You already put it on.
I
You're
believe
one
so.
step ahead of everybody, Ryan.
Thanks
That's
to
the
our
way you work.
amazing producer Sky that helps and coordinates all this.
We couldn't do this without her.
Props.
We're just two crazy people, and she actually puts it together.
We appreciate that. And then the quote of the day will be read by one of these awesome guys. So
Yeah, so the quote of the day is, "It is about being fearlessly and relentlessly true to yourself." So when we talk about some of the things we talked about earlier, staying true to your business, the principles, the reason that you started the business, what you wanted to accomplish with it, you know, if you're true to yourself, everything else falls in place, and you'll turn out successful.
It totally fits the biz hack we did.
It does.
Perfectly fits. It is about being fearless. Hey, wait, I was still talking about that. Fearless, you just moved it.
oh, you want me to talk about
Well,
it?
I just
It's about being fearless and relentlessly true to
relentless,
yourself.
True to yourself. I think that's where the Biz4Good idea, that be good, do good, is connected, because when you're true to yourself, you connect with that.
People are good in general.
In general.
They
Right?
are.
If you're being true to yourself, something good will come out of it.
Absolutely. We watch the news, and it sounds like there's no good people in the world, but there are. There are more good people in the world than there are bad. I know that's true. I
Yeah.
know it's
It
true,
is.
because we'd have a lot more death and destruction if there's a lot of people on the
Well,
earth.
and who do you meet
Ah,
when you're socializing or when you're
Amazing
networking
people.
around? It's good people, especially in the small business community. It's grassroots, salt of the earth type people.
They have
that-
dreams. They
Yeah.
want to help people. They want to connect. Yeah,
And that's-
there are good people in the world.
That's really what it's about. And if they're being true to themselves, it's all the good is going to flow. That's for sure.
So true.
And that turns it over to the Wild West
Wild, wild
of
west.
small business and how that's going to relate into all this. So I'll turn it over to you for the
Wild-
show.
The Wild West of Small Business with Mazuma USA.com. These gentlemen are going to tell us all about their business, what's going on, how they can assist you, how they created this whole crazy thing. But first, let's learn a little bit about these two gentlemen. So take it away, guys. Let's hear about you.
All right. I'm Ben Sutton. I am married, have been married for 13 years, just had our anniversary last week.
Congratulations.
Over 10, that's a
Major-
good thing.
That's right, yeah. 4 kids in 13 years, that's kept us busy. So
Ages?
From 11 to 2. So we got 3 girls, 1 boy. It's been a great time. And, really being a father and husband and father brings so much richness to life that business, as fun as business is, it pales in comparison to the fulfillment that comes from being a husband and father.
Great timing. Great timing.
Wow, that was really good, right?
Yeah. So I'm living in Salem, Utah here, and I've enjoyed living in Utah. We love the area.
From here?
From California, from Central
Very
California.
Cali.
Yeah, so kind of a transplant about 10 years ago. And it's been great. It's been great. Started Mazuma in 2011. So it's been going about 6-7 years now.
What got you into accounting? Did you wake up one morning and go, man, I love numbers?
No, I just was kind of following my nose. That was one class in high school I took as an elective, and I did good. And so I probably ditched that class a lot less than any other.
There you go.
So I actually accomplished something. It made me feel good about it. And so in college, I took it again, and things just kind of clicked. And so I said, I hear a lot of people saying they hate accounting, and I can do it, so I better do it, so that I can help all these people that hate it, right?
Absolutely.
So
I'm one of them.
yeah. So that's where it stuck for me. So that's me.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, so my name's Greg Nielsen. I'm actually originally from Washington State. Grew up in southeastern.
Bunch of West Coasters.
Yeah, southeastern Washington. And we moved to Utah. I'm married. My wife and I, we moved here about 10 years ago as well. We've got 5 kids. I've been married 12 years, I think. And so, yeah, we're ages 11 down to 3 months. So those
5
5.
kids.
Yeah.
How many boy, girls?
3 girls, 2 boys.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Man, that's perfect.
So yeah, they keep you plenty busy. That's about what it sounds like all the time.
Really? That happy? Because mine screamed a lot.
No, yeah. There you go.
Yes.
That's more what it's
That's
like.
2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's a 2 in the morning one.
Yeah. So.
Honey, it's your turn.
Yeah. So we live in Salem, Utah as well.
Right next door.
We're next door. We live.
Really?
Yeah.
Right next door?
They're
Did you guys
neighbors.
plan that?
Well,
We did.
we planned that move. We both we actually we'll get into this a little bit later, but we were both living in Seattle at the time. Before we moved to Utah, we met up in Seattle. We moved to Utah.
So you guys have been around each other for
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah, and then
Oh.
the Suttons, they moved down here just within a year or so after we moved down here. They lived in Riverton, we lived in Draper, and then within the last 2 years, we've both relocated down to Salem. So
Cool.
Wow.
we're down there.
Awesome.
It sounds like there's a friendship, not just a business partner.
Relationship.
Yes.
Yep,
Absolutely.
Yep, it
Very
works.
crucial.
Yeah, and so yeah, that's us. That's how we.
How
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
you,
really,
accounting?
Greg was not an accountant.
Yeah, here's the interesting part. I did take an accounting class when I was in college, but I was more on the other side that Ben was talking about.
You're the ditcher.
This sucks.
Yeah,
I
so
hate it. No.
I should clarify. I took accounting twice in college because the first time I failed it. And so, I had to take it again. I took a night class, had a better teacher, or I should say a more merciful teacher, and he pushed me through.
I love it.
And so my background comes from the construction industry, and so in about 2000, 2008, 2009, 2010, things were different in the construction industry, and so when we came
It
across
was brutal.
we came across the idea of Mazuma when Ben came across it, and we kind of got together on the idea. It was there was such a need for it, which again we'll kind of get into it. It was too great of an opportunity and too great of an idea to even pass up. It's such a huge need.
None of my accounting friends would do it with me. And Greg was like, well, I'm not an accountant, so I probably shouldn't help you, right? And I'm like, well, you're probably right. But then after a while, we're like, you know what? You see the vision.
A business.
That's more important than being able to do accounting.
A
And the why.
business mindset, the
Yeah.
why, all
Yeah.
of that stuff works in any business.
Yeah.
That's exactly
And,
right.
and when you have a momentum, especially when you have a partnership that works with 2 people that actually gel and connect and understand their vision is the same and what they want out of the business. I mean, that stuff is, it doesn't matter what you're doing, accounting or cosplay or whatever. Yeah, I tried to think of the differentest thing I could. I don't even know if there are businesses for cosplay, but I still don't even know what it is, really. Something about cartoons and dressing up like them. I don't. Anyway, sorry. I totally took us off
You
track
go, yeah.
because that's what I do. All right. So, Go ahead, Ryan. Ask them this question.
Yeah, that ties really good into what does Biz for Good mean to you guys?
Yeah, so really what that means for us is it's really the genesis of Mazuma and why it was created. Again, going back a little bit more, coming in the accounting industry or from the construction industry, ton of layoffs, people cutting back. They're going to their accountant and saying, hey, I got to let my bookkeeper go, but can you do my books? And the accountant's going, yeah, but it's going to be $1,500 a month, and that doesn't even include, that's just to do the books. And then, if you want payroll, it's another whatever. And then at the end of the year, you still have to do your tax returns. And so from my perspective, I was looking at things going, man, this is just, I don't need that much, and nor it's not that difficult, And so, and then that's when Ben kind of came across the idea of doing this, a monthly subscription-based thing, just focus on small business. The problem with a lot of accounting firms that we noticed is that
they don't want to have anything to do.
They don't want to have anything to do with small businesses. They got to have they got to have a big fish, and that's the one. And so when you call, you're a small business, you're low on the priority because you're not paying as much as the other person. And so our model was just have everybody pay the same amount. There's no big fish. It doesn't matter how much money you're making. Everybody's going to pay the same amount. They're all going to get the same level of service, and they're all going to have access to an accountant for a reasonable price. And so, the idea behind that is then, we're doing everybody's bookkeeping. We're providing their reports. They're getting monthly reports from us. They're getting their tax returns, and they're getting unlimited consulting, all for a small monthly fee. And so, for us, the idea behind it is, what it means for us is providing a critical function to the small business owners that they wouldn't otherwise have access to. And so you don't need to get rich off of everybody, which is kind of, and everybody's looking to just maximize as much as profit as they possibly can, versus the idea of, we're here to provide a service. Yeah, we need to make some money, but the real fulfillment comes is being able to help a small business get up and going because of the service that we provide. The service that we described.
Very service oriented.
Right. Yeah. And if you're service oriented, you provide a good service, the rest of it's going to work and it's going to play itself out. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, you create a nugget of value, right? Your widget, whatever service or product you're providing, needs to be valuable. And if you put that out there and people want it, it's this great business exchange, right? We're good at accounting. We put this service out there. You pay us for it. But we're charging you as little as we possibly can to pay our employees, earn our profit, of course, and pay ourselves. But we want to help. Our model is such that we want to help as many people as we possibly can, not just maximize profits.
What's beautiful about that too is some of these accounting firms, they put all their eggs in that one big basket,
right?
And that's not a good business model.
Right.
We all know that. Much better to have 1,000 different clients than 2 big ones.
2 huge ones, yeah.
Because you lose one and you are hurting.
Yeah. And to go back to what does the Biz for Good mean to us? To summarize that, I kind of went on our services and things like that, but really to summarize that, Biz for Good means to us is provide the service, help people, and it'll come back to you. Focus more. When we set out and we created our business plan, we didn't say, we want to make $1 million in the first year, right? It's the way that we do all of our planning is how many more people can we help, right? How many more people can we offer this service to?
That's be good, do good, right there.
Be good, do good,
right there. Hashtag.
So
Absolutely.
that's the concept is provide a good quality product and that has extreme amount of value, and then focus on that and the good that you can do with that versus how much can I make.
Yeah, that's keeping your priorities straight, right? If you've got the most important thing as your guiding star, which is serving others and helping others, then the money will just happen. It will come because you're doing what you do best and making it available to people for a reasonable price. It really all, when the priorities are in order, it all just aligns, falls into place.
It's true.
Awesome.
True.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's Biz for Good, man.
Always in.
What dumbfounds me is it's not rocket science. Make something of value and give it to folks.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, and it's amazing how many people will spend so much time and effort coming up with a gimmick that they could sell, you know. And it's like if you would rechannel that energy and turn it into something good and sell a quality product, then you wouldn't have to be changing your name every couple of years and doing all this stuff. It just,
It's true.
you know, channel that energy somewhere else to create something good. You're extremely creative. You're extremely talented because you're able to come up with this gimmick. Turn that same thing into good.
We talk about that all the time. That the gimmick will wear out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will not be sustainable
Right.
doing business that way.
Right.
Right. Marketing can only last you so long, right? Advertising and marketing in catchy ways will never be sustainable if you don't have a solid, valuable value proposition to give people and offer people.
You'll go much further and more stable, which is
Yeah.
was what you want.
what
out
you
of your
really
business. Yeah. Growing to $1 million really quickly and then having no clients is who wants to do that? I mean,
Right.
I'm sure there are people that, yeah, hey, sign me up.
Yeah,
for
I take it.
$1
I take the $1 million.
exactly. But how about having a sustainable business where I'm making $300,000 a month or a year, and I'm continually growing and having an impact on
Right.
the world?
Yep.
I mean, come on. That-
Yeah.
yeah, beat that. I mean, you can't. Awesome. All right. So, what about Mazuma? What's in store? What's the future? What are you guys thinking about for Mazuma? What are the plans? What are the ideas of growth? That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Could you guys just kind of tell us a little bit about it?
So there are over 20 million small business owners filing as sole proprietors.
It's like 48% of the gross income revenue that's
Right.
created in the U.S.
Yeah.
is small business.
Yeah, when you're talking about small, and I'm talking about small businesses between 0 and 10 employees, make up the lion's share, overwhelming by far majority of businesses out there, right? And there's so many of them that they're not accountants, right? That's the reality.
Yeah, they're wearing all sorts of hats.
Yeah, and
And some hats they should take off
Yeah.
and give to somebody else.
right, and it's really I honestly feel it's unfortunate that our government has made it so to do your taxes you almost have to be
Absolutely.
a CPA, and you know it's unfortunate, but it's the reality. And so our vision was that those 20 million small businesses are barely getting by. Most of them, they're lifestyle businesses, right? They're making enough money to pay themselves. They're not an empire with tons of employees, so they don't have hundreds of dollars a month, thousands of dollars a year to be spending on accounting and tax services. So most of the time they don't, right? They just do it, they wing it, they do it themselves, and
Hope they don't get audited.
hope they don't. Yeah, exactly.
They roll the dice and just pray.
Right, and that's the generally accepted practice, right, among small business. And we just saw that and felt, you know, there's got to be a way to set up a system that would service all of those, if necessary, all 20 million of those small business owners. If they could plug in to a system that was efficient, affordable, and high quality, that would provide accounting and tax services, then who would not sign up for that, right? Who would not want that?
Absolutely.
And so that was our vision, and that continues to be our goal, and what we're striving for is to build that service and that system that is continually increasing in quality and value being given in the way we service our customers.
So what do we get? So it's $79 a month. I know that's you've got different packages. I'm
Yeah.
assuming, right?
Right.
But,
Yeah.
but for that $79,
75.
75.
Sorry, 75.
$75 a month.
What is it that I'm getting? And so I'm a small business, so we can really understand what that means. I'm paying you $75 a month, and I get what?
Yeah, so as a client, you send us your bank statements. Nothing else, right? You just send us your bank and credit card statements every month.
Like in a spreadsheet?
You upload them on our website. No, just like your statements that the bank sends you. You don't have to do
just
anything.
a PDF of
Just
your
the
bank
PDF
statements.
of the bank statements. Yep. Or we link your account and download your transactions directly from your
Oh,
bank.
so you can do
We
that.
can do that.
You can do that
Yeah.
too. Okay,
Yep.
I'm in.
And so,
Sign me up. We're gonna talk after.
so you
I'm serious. I'm not joking.
send us your statements, or we download your transactions. We go through each transaction. There's human accountants, bookkeepers, going through your transactions and accounting for them, recording them in our accounting software.
And if they see something they don't understand,
If they see a transaction they're not sure of, they put it in the unclassified category.
and you can go look anytime and go, or do you get
And
an
then we
email or
send
something?
you, yeah, so after we've gone through all your transactions, we reconcile your bank account to the penny every month so that every transaction's accounted for. We prepare a profit and loss showing your total income
I like that.
and all your expenses broken out by type of expense, meals,
I get all that,
supplies,
but I'm telling you
utilities.
right now, I pay a lot more than $75 a month.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah. And we send that report to you after we've completed our reconciliation.
What if I have a few employees? Payroll, stuff
We
like
offer
that.
payroll also. It's $50 a month for up to 5 employees. Direct deposit, the whole
$50 a
shebang,
month?
all the filings, W-2s,
All of it taken care
everything. Yeah.
of. The direct deposit to the employees, all that
Correct,
stuff.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And our new announcement
Wow.
is actually that we're using the top most premier payroll platform out there, ADP. We're now
You guys use ADP.
we use their software. We're still
There's
your
half the
customer
people out
service.
there that do payroll use ADP.
Right. But the problem is they don't get good customer service from ADP.
Right.
So we're providing ADP's payroll at a cheaper price than you can get it from ADP, and top
and you're
rated
holding
customer
everybody's
service.
hand. So,
Right.
so let's say I have a problem. So I probably get put in a queue, or I have some kind of a ticketing system
Yeah.
I have to contact, or maybe an email that you'll get back in a couple days, or something like that. How does it work?
Yeah, no, we didn't adopt that model.
Okay. Nice.
No,
It's pretty
so-
That
good.
seems pretty.
Yeah.
That seems pretty.
Everybody that signs up with us, when you sign up for us, you're assigned to a CPA, and so there's a CPA that you have
Oh, like a person.
like a person that's sitting down here,
for
they're-
$75
yeah,
a month.
they're in our office down there in Orem, and so you have their name, you have their phone number, you have their email.
Wow.
And you also have a bookkeeper, that handles your books, and so you have their and you will, as soon as you sign up with us, you will have a call with them, a tax planning, tax discussion call. You'll send us your information. They'll go through it. They'll get everything, and so they have a good picture of what you're looking at, and then they'll sit down with you and say, hey, based on where you're at, this is what your tax liability is looking like. Do you foresee any changes in the future? Should we make, maybe we can do some things, and we really have a tax planning discussion, because at the end of the day, we do the bookkeeping, right? So you can run your business, you have a good financial picture of where you're at. But additionally, at the end of the year, our whole goal is to optimize our tax plan, We
Make
wanna-
it as
you wanna
little
make sure-
taxes as
Oh,
possible.
okay. Here's.
You want to make sure they're getting optimized in their.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Right.
here's where you charge an extra fee, right? To talk to you about my tax stuff and hey, is this a write-off? You probably want more money for that, right?
No extra fees.
No extra fees.
The monthly subscription, you never pay us anything more.
Kidding
And there's
me?
no tier level, is there?
So $75 a month is for our sole proprietors that have one bank account and under 50 transactions a month, right? It jumps all the way up to $125 if you have 4 bank accounts and up to 200 transactions a month, which covers 98% of
A little bit more
our,
robust for the.
our market. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it does go up to $125 for S corps and LLCs that have multiple bank accounts, but you're getting the business taxes and your personal taxes done.
What?
With
It's
that
included
monthly
in
fee.
that.
Oh, wow.
What?
Ching.
Okay, folks. This is a no-brainer. It seems like to me for any sole proprietor or small business. Yeah, whatever that means is what I'm saying. That magical sound. It's like
Right.
it really is a no-brainer for small business owners.
To be honest, we feel that way. That's why we did it. So,
How though? How do you make money? It sounds like
it's all about getting the right people doing the right things, right?
they must have read Good to Great.
Yeah.
And then oversubscribed.
Oh yeah, and oversubscribed.
Yeah. And so you get the bookkeepers doing the books, you get the CPAs reviewing the books, making changes every month, making sure things are correct, and
System.
it's systematic, right? It's kind of like taking the manufacturing, mentality and applying it to the accounting industry.
And that is so contrary from where traditional accounting is
Oh,
and has
man.
been for decades.
Yep.
There's no
You got the guy
operational
sitting there throwing
efficiencies.
crap and
Right.
looking at numbers,
Yeah.
typing in.
There's no operational efficiency focus for accounting firms these days. And we decided wow, what can we do? You can do amazing things
I think
with
you guys
systems.
are going to take over the world. When people really understand, I mean, I've been in small business long. I've had over 20 startups, and accounting, I hate it.
Right.
And this is
99% of the people do.
Yeah.
but this is so.
But it has
and
to
it's
be
usually
done,
not
right?
simple, and you have to be a part of it. Whether even if you,
Right.
I mean, me and my CPA, we talk a lot, and you can't be disconnected from it. And I love how simple it seems.
Yeah, there's a good connection with.
Yeah,
with
it just
the
seems
guys.
so simple to. So let's say I have a crazy idea for a business. I already have a business. I'm working with you guys, and I just wanted to run an accounting question. Now that's going to charge. That's going to cost some more money, right?
Same deal. Anytime you call.
I could call and
can
say,
call.
"Hey, dude, I got this wacky idea." The only reason I say this is because I do that to my guy right now. all
Do you
the
have a
time.
wacky idea?
Are you kidding me, Ryan? You've been around me long enough. Dude, I got this idea. How does this work tax-wise?
Yeah, we have no way of charging you for stuff like that. We have no way of tracking the time that our CPAs spend on the phone with you
Oh,
necessarily.
my gosh, that's
so
cool.
that is just not even built into our
We just don't go
business.
there, yeah.
Holy crap, this is cool.
Awesome.
It is awesome. Okay, we should ask another question, but I'm still dumbfounded by the whole process because it sounds really cool. I'm telling you, you guys are going to take over the world.
Did you want to do the Wild West question of that, or did you want to do the silver bullet?
Let's do the silver bullet because.
All right.
Can I ask a question? Because I love this question.
Go for it.
Go for it.
So in business, we are always looking for the magic, for the one silver bullet that's going to make all my business dreams come true. So with all the experience you guys have, I know you know the answer. What is the silver bullet?
I guess it would be my turn to take that one. Huh? You know, we get that.
Is that a gun?
There's a few bullets being shot there.
Oh, which may lead us into your answer, right?
Yeah, you know, we get that. We deal with so many small businesses. I mean, we're talking to hundreds and hundreds of small businesses owners every month. We're looking at their books. We're doing all that kind of stuff, and so we get that question all the time. Like, what should I be doing? What is the thing that's gonna like take me there? And honestly, the thing is there is no silver bullet, right?
What?
So spoiler alert.
Oh!
It's the reality.
Wow!
You know, we go back to, and that's why I think your biz hacks were actually great for our discussion today, because there is no substitute. You got to make a plan. You got to execute the plan.
You actually have to work.
And you actually have to, yeah.
Crap!
As terrible as that sounds, it's the everyday effort that is going to make this thing work, you know, and make your business go. And then the other aspect of that is to be able to understand that everybody's willing to sell you a silver bullet, especially when you're starting up a business. Everybody comes by knocking on your door, stroke your ego. Oh, this is awesome!
I've got
You're
this.
gonna,
Give me 10 grand and we'll make 100 grand. Promise. Well, how about you make 100 grand for me and I'll give you 10 grand?
Right, yeah.
Whoa! Wait a minute, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's no way. I'm not doing that.
Well, if
You're so confident that's going to work, put it out there, you know.
exactly.
Or don't make me pay all 10 grand up front, you know, anything like that. But yeah, there's always somebody out there. They're always banging on your door. They're always trying to sell you.
The adage, if it's too good to be true,
It's
it probably is.
too
It's
good to be
probably a
true.
true thing.
It's exactly right. Yeah, there's so much out there too. And so, as a small business owner, you're hoping that there is, right? I mean, you're just because you're dying. You've got 1,000 different things that you're trying to juggle, and so it's like, man, if I could just do this, and it brings me in, 50 more clients every day. Well, you can probably get there. I'm not trying to say that you can't get 50 new clients every day, but unless you go through the process of building that and implementing it and understanding how that works,
You got to do the work.
you got to do the work.
Well, understanding your profit loss, that is very crucial.
That's where accounting comes in. Metrics. I mean, people, you can't know where you've been or where you're going without metrics. You just can't.
That's true.
So if there is a silver bullet, it's paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, in thinking about this, we decided it's more like stepping stones is what you should be looking for instead of silver bullets, right? There are, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make wrong
Slip
choices.
and fall a little bit.
Yeah, but they will. You can turn them into steps that reshape your thinking or that inform your future decisions about your business. And so, really, don't be looking for that silver bullet because it doesn't exist. There's nothing out there that's going to relieve you of all your business problems. Unfortunately, you have to shoulder those all the time. But be looking for what that next stepping stone is, that next opportunity, that there is value in taking, that it's a calculated risk, and that you feel like, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to learn one way or the other. Either it's going to be successful or it's not, and I'm going to learn either way, right? And that knowledge that I have now is going to inform my next leg of this road of small business that I'm taking.
What you learn and what you do with it. And I think that's where it comes back to Biz for Good too, that when you're following something you love, then when it gets hard, you keep doing it.
Right.
That's why people give
That's
up
so
when
true.
they're following the money and they're like, oh, this is going to make me lots of money, and
Right.
it gets hard, they're done.
They're done instantly.
But when
Yeah.
it's a passion and it's a love, Elon Musk threw every piece of dollar he had at Tesla, and everybody said he was a freaking lunatic idiot
Yeah.
for doing that, and
You-
it's somewhat paid off for him.
right. Yeah. Kind of.
Kind of. Now he's a genius. He was a crazy person back then.
Yeah,
now he's a
now
genius.
he's a genius. Yeah.
But it was because he had a passion, not because he was looking at the money.
Well, right. Yeah. And then if you're, again, your passion, your passion can't be tied to money, right? People, oh, I'm passionate. I want to make a lot of money. Your passion is tied to helping people. You'll do anything you can to drive through that to make sure that you can, because you can see the vision of this is going to help people. This is going to be so valuable to people once it gets out there and once people know about it. I've got to keep doing it. I've got to figure out a way to get it there. And
That's how to make something that lasts.
that's how it'll last. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for being on the show. This has been good.
It's been real good.
And folks, listeners, I mean, if you own your small business, you'd be crazy not to use these guys. I have a feeling that it's we're going to see a lot more of you guys all over the country, all over the place. I mean, growth-wise, I think I've heard some statistics. You guys have like tripled, doubled over every year, and you've been in business since 2000,
2011 when we officially opened our doors. Yeah.
and you've consistently.
Consistently doubled every year.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
Awesome.
yeah, that's
Awesome.
that's our goal. We'll keep doubling. We'll get there.
Double up,
We
double
know
up.
about the compound interest thing. We've all heard the story.
That's
You
right.
keep doubling, eventually you've got some serious, massive
Movement.
I think we need these guys they're doing stuff.
Well, this is awesome.
These
Thank
guys
you,
rock.
thank you guys for having us. You guys got a great show here.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
So, how do people get a hold? I mean, I know we're going to put on there that MazumaUSA.com, but is there any? You guys do Facebook, social media stuff?
Yeah.
You have all that stuff?
Yeah, you can find us on Facebook. Mazuma USA on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. We're on all of that stuff. Trying to think of what else. YouTube. And you can find some of our monthly webinars there. We did one yesterday. It talks about things that small businesses. We want to put information back out there to help educate small
Man,
businesses.
they just
So
keep coming.
So
With
we-
cool stuff.
so you can hit up our monthly webinars. It won't be good as this podcast, but we do a monthly
Hey,
webinar.
man, they're coming back as much as they want.
monthly webinar, give you some tips, some things to look for, some ideas, as far as for your small businesses. And so just find us on YouTube and follow us there. And if you go on our website, put in the promo code, use the Biz for Good,
Oh,
and we'll hook you up with some deals. So.
Okay,
nice.
I'm going to be your first one.
All right.
It's for good. Okay, I'm going to put the promo in. Awesome. Hey, Ryan.
Hashtag.
Be good, do good.
Hashtag
be good, do good. Hashtag
Be good, do
do good.
And that's a wrap.